Nightly, we have the risk for some severe weather across central Oklahoma. I'll be breaking down that and more.
Plus, a push for signatures in Norman fighting the entertainment district, why they say the funding should be a vote of the people. And a true freshman leading the Sooners this weekend. Sports break down the quarterback changeup. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Willie Gillespie.
And I'm Sophia Cabrera. We begin tonight with a look at some pretty serious weather potentially heading our way tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Your campus weather authorities watching the potential of severe weather this evening. Large hail, damaging winds, and flooding, all possible.
Yeah, OU Nightly's meteorologist Dylan Strelko has that and what to anticipate tonight. Dylan.
Yeah, guys, that risk of severe weather is present this afternoon and evening, but we're going to see these showers and thunderstorms really start to develop as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon. So here is our severe weather risk right here over central Oklahoma. That slight risk level 2 out of 5, anywhere from damaging winds from quarter size to golf ball size, as well as damaging winds, as well as large hail is going to be our main threat, as well as additional flooding as well. But timing this out for you, you're going to see a line of storms start to develop as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon. These will start to push into the metro from the northwest, and they will be moving southeast. So again, bringing that risk for hail, wind, and even some flooding as well in these areas that saw a lot of rain over the last couple of days. But going into our main forecast coming up, we're going to be talking about that severe weather risk, timing it out for you, and as well as those temperatures continuing to fall.
Thanks, Dylan. A group made up of Norman taxpayers have come together to petition for a public vote on the funding for the newly approved $1.1 billion entertainment and arena project. OU Nightly's Abigail Franklin joins us live in Norman with the concerns of Norman taxpayers. Abigail.
Oklahomans for Responsible Economic Development began collecting signatures over the weekend after Norman City Council passed a controversial tax increment financing district that would fund a large portion of a new entertainment district and arena project. Now, some of those members are set up here behind me on Porter and Main, working long hours daily to collect what they need.
On the corner of Main and Porter, you'll see cars heading in all directions and a petition stand.
Capital block letter so we can read it.
Oklahomans for Responsible Economic Development is hard at work getting signatures for their petition.
We need 6,099, but we're looking for about 8,000 to 12,000 signatures.
Russell Rice and others are collecting signatures to bring the newly passed Tax Increment Financing District, or TIF, to a vote of the people.
Whether it's a yes or a no, we should know the will of the people before we go spending $600 million.
But time is a factor.
We've only got 30 days, so we only have until October 17th. So it is a mad dash to get these signatures.
They believe the more people that sign
Well, thank you, and thank you for coming over to sign.
will show the city that the taxpayers want to vote.
We'll be here every day until from noon to 7. Someone will be here. Come talk to us. Come ask us the questions that you need the answers to. We're here. Please come see us.
Will be held at 6:30 p.m. for those looking to become petition carriers, which will help further their signature count. Live in Norman, Abigail Franklin, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Abigail. Over 10,000 signatures have been added petitioning the execution of a death row inmate. Emmanuel Littlejohn is awaiting clemency from Governor Stitt after it was recommended by the Oklahoma Pardon and Parole Board. Littlejohn is scheduled to be put on death on Thursday at the Oklahoma State Penitentiary. We contacted Governor Stitt's office and he had no comment.
And Norman Regional CEO announced today he will be stepping down after 11 years leading the health system. Richie Splitt led the organization in the rebuilding of its Moore Hospital campus following the devastating Moore tornado in 2013, and also oversaw completion of OU Stevenson's Cancer Center at Norman Regional. Splitt says it has had the honor of his career to serve the institution and community, and he is confident Norman Regional will be propelled to greater heights in years to come.
Israel and Hezbollah are trading airstrikes just a day after Israeli leaders targeted and killed more than 550 people across Lebanon. OU Nightly's Oliver Schaefer has this and the rest of today's international and national headlines from the News Center. Oliver.
Hezbollah, a militant group, fires back over 300 rockets, missiles, and drones, injuring 6 soldiers and civilians in Israel. This as Israeli leaders claim they killed the top Hezbollah commander. Thousands of people are fleeing their homes in Lebanon. The Israeli military says they have not ruled out a possible ground invasion. In Kentucky, 2 schools are banning backpacks a week after a student brought a loaded gun to school. Students are still allowed to bring fanny packs, purses, and lunch boxes. Law enforcement on school campuses has also increased. Parents are being asked to volunteer to help out these schools.
I think that they are doing everything in their power to make sure everything is in place in order to keep our kids feel extra safe moving forward.
Kentucky school leaders have also added metal detectors to the third security. Starting today, a new teen account setting is live on Instagram. Any account user under 18 will automatically have their account made private. Certain content will also be restricted for the user. This is the most dramatic effort yet from app creators after whistleblowers came forward 3 years ago exposing risk for young social media users. The U.S. will send Ukraine a military aid package totaling about $375 million. Ukraine will receive a number of medium-range cluster bombs and an array of rockets. Willie, Sophia?
Thanks, Oliver. Coming up next, the Student Government Association with a push to get young voters registered earlier this afternoon. We'll tell you how they said to get registered for the upcoming election after the break.
And Florida has declared a state of emergency as Hurricane Helene has begun to intensify. More on that after the break.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction. And we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
When we have the food we need, we are at our best. We push further. We rise higher. We unlock our full potential. When we have the food we need, we make our communities stronger. Together, we can help everyone get the food they need to thrive. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it to water houseplants. Also, soak your pots and pans instead of letting the water run while you scrape them. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
As we inch closer to Election Day, it's critical to make sure you're registered to vote. The Student Government Association is running a voter registration drive this afternoon at the Oklahoma Memorial Union. The drive includes registration forms, absentee ballots, and more general information.
It's really important, especially having a democratic process. Everyone has a voice. Everyone should have equal representation. So that's why it's really, really vital for everyone to vote and be registered to vote, not just for this election, but for future elections as well.
And if you missed the drive today, don't worry, you still have time to register online or at your local county election board office.
Mandatory evacuations are now underway as Tropical Storm Helene threatens to hit as the strongest storm to make landfall in the United States in over a year. Laura Aguirre has more on the advancing danger off Florida's Gulf Coast.
We always say, hide from the wind, run from the water.
Potentially life-threatening levels of both are bearing down on the southeastern U.S. this week. In Florida, local and state leaders are assuring the public Tuesday they're prepared for what's coming and a warning to take this storm seriously.
We go through training. We have experience with this. We have high water vehicles. All of that is in place. The question is, are you in place? Are all your plans ready to go?
Helene is expected to rapidly intensify over warm Gulf waters, on track to make landfall on Florida's northern Gulf Coast late Thursday, possibly as a Category 3 hurricane.
The Big Bend and Panhandle should be especially prepared for a direct impact.
This hurricane will have tropical storm force winds in excess of 250 miles from the center.
Florida's Emergency Management Executive Director says those winds will encompass the state's entire western coastline and stretch to the Atlantic side across most of the peninsula.
Go ahead, get those preparations done today. Make sure your entire family knows that disaster plan and what they should do.
The Tampa to Big Bend area was hit hard last summer by Hurricane Idalia, which roared ashore as a Category 3 in late August with record-breaking storm surge and devastating property damage.
This potentially could be even more powerful than Idalia. We'll see.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis expanded his state of emergency declaration today to now cover 61 of the state's 67 counties. The World Pole Sport and Aerial Sport Championship will see 2 Oklahoma natives this November.
That's right. Find out who will take the stage for Team USA in Italy when we come back.
And be sure to stick around because I'm going to be breaking down when and where these storms will hit and just what we could be seeing tonight. Stay tuned.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, if your shower can fill a 1-gallon bucket in less than 20 seconds, replace the shower head with a water-efficient one. They are cheap, easy to install, and can save you up to 750 gallons a month. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. Take a look at this. We have a slight risk of level 2 out of 5 for severe weather this afternoon and evening across central Oklahoma. And you'll notice that the Norman and Oklahoma City areas are right in the center of that higher risk area. So damaging winds and large hail is going to be the main threats that we're going to be watching out for this afternoon and evening. And you'll notice that it's very moist outside. The dew points out there are well up into the mid 60s, and that's going to be really fueling the risk for severe weather this afternoon and evening across central Oklahoma. And you'll notice timing this out for you, storms are going to start to develop between 4 and 5 p.m., more so like 5:30 p.m. These are going to start congealing into a line of storms along the I-40 corridor, and they're going to start making their way southeast as that area of low pressure up here in northwestern Oklahoma begins to start shifting off to the southeast. And then, like I said, these storms are going to be bringing with the chance for some damaging winds and large hail. Hail anywhere from quarter size to golf ball size is what we can be really expecting for these stronger storms. And then this is showing about 6 o'clock p.m. here in the Norman area. Again, another additional round of storms. This could be bringing some flooding risks to our area, especially the Norman area, who saw quite a bit of rain over this past weekend, almost 6 inches of rain. And again, these storms will be moving out of here, and our area should be nice and clear by 11 o'clock midnight tonight. Now, we're going to talk about the severe weather threats. Like I said, hail is really going to be the main threat that we're watching for with any storm. But with any storm that's going to be coming through the area, we're going to be watching for some flooding as well due to the amount of rain that we saw this past weekend on Sunday and Monday. Again, like I said, upwards of almost 6 inches of rain here in the Norman area. So with any additional rainfall, as you're going to see, almost 2 inches of rain here in Norman, 1.4 up there in Oklahoma City, 1.6 to be exact in the Norman area. So any additional rainfall, and especially rainfall that is over an inch of rain, could cause some flooding issues for our area, especially with the lower lying areas because of the amount of rain that we've had recently. Now, looking out to the northwest, it's pretty clear. We got some mid-level clouds up there right now. Overall, nothing too impressive. It's a mostly clear day right now. Temperatures are 84 degrees here in Norman. Humidity is about 51%, but like I said earlier, that dew point is getting up there into the mid-60s, so at about 64 here in Norman. Temperature feels a little bit warmer than it is. 86 is what it feels like, but again, the actual temperature is 84. 85 is what this model is showing us here in Norman. But looking at the rest of the state, we're going to see some much warmer temperatures out there in southwestern Oklahoma, getting up to almost 90 degrees over there in Elk City and the Lawton area as well. And we're talking about those allergies as well. We're getting into the fall season, so those allergens are going to be something of concern. So weeds and mold is really going to be what we're watching for. But bring it down, the forecast for this evening, if you're going out to the Norman Homecoming Parade, we could be watching for some showers and storms in the area. But as we're talking about the next couple of days, we're going to see those temperatures start to mellow out into the mid-70s. But you know, with the severe weather risk that we have going on this evening, we want to make sure that you're signed up for our Next Gen weather call, and that will notify you of any watches or warnings in the area.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan. And I know you guys are going to be watching that all evening long. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks so much. And 2 women from Oklahoma will represent Team USA in Italy in 2 different competitions, aerial hoop, aka Lyra, and pole. OU Nightly's Darian Curry sat down with them to tell the world why this competition is so important.
Team USA. Team USA. The Olympics aren't over yet, or at least Olympic-style competitions. Chrome pole and aerial owner Jeanette Seeley and aerial instructor Carly Viviani both have competitive backgrounds and will represent Team USA at the POSA World Pole Sport and Aerial Sport Championship in Italy. And the organization holding it has a goal.
USPSF, that is the organization trying to get pole and aerial into the Olympics. Pole competition, so my first day of competition will be Thanksgiving Day, and then finals will be the next day on Friday, and then she'll compete on Saturday in the aerial competition.
And this competition truly is Olympic style.
So we have to follow the Olympic charter and the Olympic guidelines. We had to do difficulty sheets for this competition, which made it very much like gymnastics or figure skating in the Winter Olympics.
This competition is a big deal for winning and much more. To Jeanette and Carly, it means a lot.
Growing up in gymnastics was very hard, and so to be able to compete as an adult and like with Jeanette having fun and laughing and crying, it was very healing.
I have not had very much time to create for myself, to dance for myself anymore. I said, I'm doing this for me.
They also represent more than just the nation.
I'm a member of the Cherokee Nation, and Carly is Osage, and so we are representing our tribes as well as representing the whole state of Oklahoma.
Carly and Jeanette hope to qualify for more competitions, like one in Greece. Reporting for OU Nightly, I'm Darian Curry.
Thanks, Darian. They also have a Fundly link on fundly.com called Road to Worlds.
Another day, another win for Patty Gasso and the OU softball squad.
Brooke Griggs has more on how the team keeps adding to their already stacked roster.
That's right, and the quarterback question has been answered for OU football. Find out why head coach Brent Venables says he made his decision. That and more next in sports.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it to water houseplants. Also, soak your pots and pans instead of letting the water run while you scrape them. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Hello, I'm Brooke Griggs, and it's time for sports. Freshman quarterback Michael Hawkins showed his Hawkeye after completing 11 of 18 passes for 132 yards and a touchdown against Tennessee. Brent Venables announced Hawkins will start over sophomore Jackson Arnold this week against Auburn, and Michael's teammates credited his success to their relationship on and off the field.
Me and Mike, we've been close ever since he got here back in December. And we just it's been an ongoing relationship, and we just got really close together. And that connection we had is like an everyday at practice thing. We just talk about just staying on the same page. Being on the field with him, it just felt like another day at practice. And I know he's gonna place the ball where it needs to be at, and I just need to get my head around, and just catch the ball, get the job.
Speaking of quarterbacks, former OU quarterback Dillon Gabriel's reason for leaving has been revealed, and a particular Sooner took it upon himself to put the rumors to rest about the previous Sooner and Hawaiian native.
And I was like, I didn't know I had to fight this fight. I didn't realize that you were even considering coming back. And he says, yeah, but I just really want to, get closer to home. So, we hugged and shook hands, and, he was a little emotional, and I was, but it was all really good.
Head softball coach Patty Gasso is on the hunt for new talent to build a team worthy of the SEC, securing a commitment from outfielder Peyton Westra in the 2026 recruiting class. Westra is ranked number 41 as the overall player in the junior class by Softball America. She is the second 2026 commit for the Sooners in the last week. And OU men's golf takes home the gold at the second annual Valero Texas Collegiate, making history for the Sooners as the longest streak in program history. Though it marks the 15th straight semester where OU has won an event, head coach Ryan Hibble says, quote, "It's a huge confidence boost as we head into the heart of our fall schedule." The Oklahoma City Council approved CAA Icon, a contract to oversee the construction of the new Oklahoma City Thunder Arena. The new arena has an estimated $950 million price tag and is set to be finished in 2030. Sophia. Former Sooner catcher Jimmy Crooks was named a 2024 Double-A All-Star and Texas League Most Valuable Player, receiving the honor after 11 homers, 19 doubles, and 62 RBIs during his season with the Springfield Cardinals. Sophia?
Thanks so much, Brooke. And after this break, this ocean creature and tasty food meal is celebrating its own National Day. We'll tell you all about it when OU Nightly returns.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria? When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater.
We said we'd never break the 3-second rule. Never do that. And never become a minivan mom.
Hey, Chris.
As parents, we say never a lot, but never happens. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
I'm Abigail Nickel with an update from Norman Police. Officers say they are grieving after the sudden loss of one of their sergeants today. Police say Larry Shelton served as a patrol officer in Norman for more than 18 years. They said in a statement their condolences are with his family and friends after this unexpected loss. Willie, Sophia.
18 years with the department, thank you. And today is not a day to be crabby, because it's National Lobster Day.
That's right. These crustaceans live at the bottom of an ocean, and if they can avoid a trap, can even end up on our dinner table. National Lobster Day started in 2014 when Maine Senators Angus King and Susan Collins drafted a joint resolution. Remember, you can share your lobster pictures on social media with the hashtag National Lobster Day.
More look at our 7-day forecast. We're going to be talking about those temperatures really mellowing out this week, getting into the mid-70s. We're going to see that chance for some showers and thunderstorms, especially severe weather tonight. You're going to see another chance for some rain on Friday as well. Low chance, 20% chance, but overall temperatures are going to reach back up into the 80s by Sunday. Lots of sun is expected.
Cooler for the rest of the work week, Dylan?
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for joining us on OU Nightly.
And thank you so much for watching. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets